Okay, so we're going to fix this with mortar. But before we do that, we want to fill the void inside the block with some triple expanding foam. What I want you to do is take this can, hold it upside down. Right. All right. Take the nozzle and stick it inside the void because we want to fill the center of the block. Okay. So we don't want the foam to come out and fill the joint. Okay. If it does, we're going to have to chisel it out to make room for the mortar. All right, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes, and you can see the foam really expanding out, so we put too much in there. All right. But that's all right. We'll let it dry, and then we'll chisel it out. But in the meantime, I want to open up this crack right here, all the way down to the floor. I want to make it bigger.
Okay, now you're going to put foam in there?
No, I'm not going to put foam in there, but I have to make the crack wider so the mortar won't fall out. If I just put it in this crack, it'll probably fall out. So I'm going to use my cold chisel. I'm going to use about a 5/8 cold chisel and just knock out some of it, making the gap wider. Now a cold chisel is designed to break out masonry, so it works fine. We don't have to go too deep. That's probably deep enough. We just want to make sure we clean it all out. That foam is still expanding on us. If it keeps coming in, you're going to have your whole basement insulated. All right, now on the outside, what I want to do, John, is I want to open up this crack too. I take the cold chisel and open it up. All right, that's pretty good, John. All right, now you hold the drill, and I'm going to add the mortar mix to the water. All right, what I want to add now is some acrylic bonding agent to the mix so it will make the mortar stick to the wall even better. All right, John, let's take a look. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll let that set for a few minutes, and then we'll start putting it on the wall.
All right.
All right, this foam is really expanding out. It's dry on the surface, but it's soft inside. So what I want to do is take my trowel and shave it off. Now the foam is still a little soft, so I can push it back into the hole to make room for our mortar. All right, John, it's always a good idea to wet the surface before you put the mortar on it, because the wall is so dry, it'll suck all the water out of the mortar, causing the mortar to crack. All right, so now I'm going to just take the mortar out of the bucket and push it into the wall. All right, John, let's see how we're doing in here. All right, the foam's good and hard, so we actually have a base now for a mortar to go against. I'm just going to scrape off the excess on the wall. There you go. All right, this is set up enough so I can now smooth it out using my small rectangular trowel. I'll just make it kind of flat. So now what I want to do is I want to add some texture to it to match the wall. So I'm going to take a sponge with some water. I want to wring out my sponge pretty much, so I don't want it to be too wet. And I'm simply going to skim right over the wall, really lightly, and you can actually see the grit rising, giving a little bit of texture to the wall. Now it matches the wall all around it. All right, that's it. Now we're ready to go back inside. All right, I had a little bit of extra mortar, so I smoothed out the sill right here. And I'm gonna flatten out our filled section, and then you can come in with the sponge. There you go, look at that, perfect. All right, that's it. So in a couple of weeks, if you want, you can paint it.